All right, welcome, guys. Glad to have you here. I first want to know, we've got 10 minutes. We're going to do this quickly, get through a bunch of stuff. 9 years ago, you guys started. YouTube, Facebook, TikTok blew up. Talk about the journey. How did you start? And then how did you start building the amazing audience that you guys have?
We start, hello everyone. We start, like you said, 9 years ago. The beginning was at the Beatbox French Championship. Do you know Beatbox, maybe? Yeah. and we became French champion. And after this, we begin to post videos on social media, on platforms like Facebook, YouTube, and we continue to post day after day, and now we are here.
So overnight sensations after 9 years, right? What was that like? Tell me where'd the name come from?
Berywam is the first syllable?
Syllable,
sorry. Our English
sorry,
is
I know what
not
it
perfect,
is.
Sorry. Of our nickname, Ritmind, Wawat, Beatness, and Beastie, and he became Berywam.
Yep.
Yeah.
So when you think about building your audience, you started at the competition, then it was on social platforms, and now there's America's Got Talent, there's music festivals that you guys are going to, a lot of other places. How do you decide where you're going to spend your energy to build your audience? Do you still think it's primarily through social, or is it just wherever they send you, you're going to go do it?
It's really hard to combine all the different things we made, like for example, America's Got Talent and social media. We are also out tour in Europe, in France, now in the world, and it's hard to combine, but we have the chance to be 4 members, so we can, choose who is more care about the social media, one more for the shows, and that's how we work.
Yeah, I think the most important for us, because we have a kind of atypical art, so we have to be consistent and discover to the world what we do, because it's not easy when you do noise with your mouth for people to understand what we do. So we have to be consistent and post every day videos and make shows, TV shows, and discover to people what we do.
Yeah, your TikTok is incredible. Go ahead, Loïc, or Fabien. Go ahead.
Yeah. Can you repeat the question?
No, I said your TikTok's amazing.
Yeah. And every time we have like opportunity for our art, it's a good way to develop our project. So, like you say, Got Talent or social media, it's important for us to be in all these opportunities, and even if it's at the same time and it's a lot of work for us, it's now we have to work and to do the best.
Yep. Dylan, how do you think about helping these guys grow? What's that like?
It's interesting coming from their kind of traditional media setup, appearing on talent shows, then converting into content. Like, all the guys are musicians first and foremost, and obviously we're all aware of the creator pages, but what is always interesting is moving those audiences into what they're doing on their music career and on streaming platforms. So, as they were saying, having 4 people involved really helps divide that work up, and they're doing a fantastic job of moving what is happening on socials into their tours, and what's happened on TV shows into their socials. So it's a complex ecosystem to set up, but it works really well for them.
Yeah, and when you define yourself, and maybe each of you define yourself differently, or maybe it's irrelevant, but do you think of yourself as a creator, as a musician, as both? How do you see yourself?
We are musicians. It's the biggest part of the job. We started with shows, with performances, so we are real musicians, but now we also make content on social media, so we are kind of musicians who make content, but we are musicians.
Anybody else want to?
Yeah, we start with the musician aspect, and when we saw all the social media who grow up, we go and do some contents, and now we are musicians and creators.
And question for you about AI. Have you, because we're talking a lot about music creators and AI, are you using or have you thought about AI and how it could help create the kind of stuff that you do?
I heard some stuff. We have friends who create an AI who can reproduce human beatbox. Yeah, he's a friend of us, and I tried it, and it seems really impressive. Yeah, but not so. I mean, not so dangerous. I think for us, because organical material I think it's hard to do for a machine. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it. Would you guys want to show us a little organic material here? Show it. Yeah, a little organic
You ready,
material.
Sam?
All right, you guys, give it up for Berywam. That was amazing. Amazing. So tonight, 10 o'clock on Clark Key stage, right?
Yeah.
10 o'clock.
10:30, something like that. So last couple of questions here. We have a minute or two left. Over the last 8 or 9 years, your production and touring process obviously has changed a lot. How has it changed? How is it different from when you were starting out 9 years ago to what you're doing now?
Sorry, my English not so good. Like I said before, we at the beginning we on social media, for example, we are not big. Like when we begin, you have to begin from nothing, and now as we post every day, every week, every year, and we were consistent. Now we have like more than 30 million followers combined in all social platforms, and it helped us to have more shows, more gigs with Brain. For example, we had the opportunity to work with a lot of company in tech like Google, Xiaomi.
Samsung,
yeah, a lot of
luxury brands.
Yeah, in luxury also, like Cartier.
And all these things help us to, now we have our own studio, for example, so we can work independent with you in our own studio. So it's better than the beginning,
Yeah, and how do you think about monetization beyond just music and brands? Are you building your own products? Are you going to be working on your own communities? How do you think about really taking this? I mean, 30 million is huge. How do you take this big community and really leverage it beyond just music and brands?
Different incomes like touring, merchandising. We produce our music. We co-produce our touring, and also social media, and all these things combined, it's all the income. That is the question?
Yep. Yeah. Well, would you guys ever do learning? Would you teach other people to do what you do? Is there something there? Is that work down the road?
So Loïc has a pretty nicely developed personal page where he does a lot of tutorials, and overall across their content, there's a lot of instructional videos and how-tos and challenges. So it's definitely something that they're interfacing in. I think the challenge with such a big audience is not, it's more like selecting which ones you double down on, because obviously with 30 million people behind them and millions in Asia and like basically across the world, it's more about picking the right places to focus, and education is a part of it, but
the music's primary and core.
Exactly.
Yeah, we've got the co-founder of Linktree coming up in about 20 minutes to talk a little bit about that. I'm not sure if you're using Linktree or something else there, but I want to thank you guys for being here. I want to thank
Thank you.
Walid, Loïc, Fabien, Loïc, and Dylan. Big round of applause for Berywam.
Thank you.